For me, it was really bad because for once I did not know another victim. I didn't know another survivor. I guess I was fortunate and not fortunate. I moved to US in 2001, where I started talking more openly about it. My husband knew, my close circle of friends knew, his family, they knew what I had experienced. But I think, I mean, every time I would go home, every year, stuff like that, and visited aunts and uncles and everything else, I just wonder when they look at me, like what went through their head. And then, of course, it didn't help my case much when I decided to marry an American at 18, just to escape Kosovo. You know why? Because I did not want to marry an Albanian and face of what has happened to me. So I decided I'll just marry an American and I don't have to be judged.
When was the moment you decide to speak up and you came up at the national TV in Kosovo and share your story? What made you decide to speak?
I think it was a lot of factors, but the fact that the justice, because I fought for justice since 1999, as soon as the war ended. I reported my case, my family, the witnesses, they all testified. We wanted to seek justice. We didn't want revenge. We didn't just keep quiet, about it. And in 2017, I believe it was before Me Too movement, I decided, I was just feeling one day really sad and everything else. I decided to share a post on my Facebook, open letter to my rapist. And I got a lot of support even from people from back home. But what stuck to me was some Albanian woman saying I could write the same letter. And I was just like, I wonder if, like how many survivors are in Kosovo. Because when I moved here, it's not like I really kept up with the news in Kosovo or what was going on, that often. But for years and years, I'll always Google and try to find an organization or somebody that I can talk to. And then when I found KRCT, which my brother was the one that was part of the KLA, had already sent them the paperwork. He would always talk to me like, there's this doctor, she deals with survivors. When you come here, you need to meet her, but I just really never did. So then in 2017, I decided to reach out to KRCT. And I told them, hey, my name is Vasfije Krasniqi, and I'm a rape survivor, and I would like to talk about it. And they sent me their number. The very next day, I talked to Feride Rashidi. And I remember her asking me, like, are you sure this is such, like, we never had a survivor share her story with the public. They talk about it behind the curtains or change the name or, in the newspaper. Not with your face.
Showing the face.
Not with your face. I had the guts, or I had the courage. And you know what? I'm the youngest of 9 kids. I have 4 brothers. We're 5 girls. I did not ask anybody like, hey, do I have your permission to talk? I told them I'm going to talk because...
Did you told them that you want to come up and speak up at the public national TV and share your story?
Yes, that's what I was, I told them that I wanted to share my story. I didn't ask for their permission. And in Kosovo, the sister still needs brother permission for a lot of things. But to me, because I thought I owe it to myself, I owe it to other survivors to speak up. So when I decided to speak up, nothing was going to stop me. I talked to my daughters, they were okay with it. I talked to my husband, he was okay with it, and nothing else was going to stop me because I knew that my life was not going to get destroyed. I wasn't going to be disowned by my siblings. I think what helped me, both my parents were gone, because if my mom was alive, maybe it would have been very hard for her to hear me go public, I think. I think my mom would have taken it harder, but yeah.
How did you feel the day you talked at the national TV? Would you feel relieved after telling the whole story in front of everybody?
It was mixed feelings, but I felt terrified. I believe the interview was around 2 o'clock and it was going to be aired at 10 p.m. And after I spoke, I was scared what was going to happen, what were people going to say, how was I going to get judged. I didn't know what was going to come after that. And I was like, how did I just come public with my story after all those years? Like, my life was fine. Why did I decide to do that? But then the next day, and after I got to meet so many survivors, it was the best thing I ever did for myself.